When he fought Marvin Vettori, he made Marvin Vettori look like Mike Tyson. Marvin Vettori is not known for...
So we got Jack Hermanson and Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis is taking the fight on short notice, but he did have a fight just, what, 2-3 weeks ago. He's still in good shape. Now, Jack Hermanson, 22-7, 11 KO wins, 6 submission wins. I'm kind of surprised he got 11 KOs. But 7 losses, 2 KOs, 2 submissions, 3 decisions. Let's look at what he's done recently. So, alternating wins and losses, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I really imagined that he was on about a 2 or 3 fight losing streak. Losing to Jared Cannonier, who fought for the title, Marvin Vettori, who fought for the title, and Sean Strickland, who was about to fight for the title. Jack Hermanson is not as in bad of a situation as people think he is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And he has a clear weakness where his stand-up is not terrible, but it looks terrible against the people he's been fighting.
When he fought against Sean Strickland, those leg kicks, this fight was not a split decision.
No, I didn't think it was either.
I think Sean won every single round, but those leg kicks was enough to make it close.
And look, his striking is kind of stiff and basic. You don't really have to worry about much. The only thing you really have to worry about is him using the striking enough to close the distance, because he is very dangerous on the ground. But you got to get the fight to the ground. Now let's go take a look at Chris Curtis. Okay, we got 29-8, 29 wins, 16 by KO, 1 by submission, 12 by decision. So he can either beat you by knockout or just take it to 3 rounds or 5 rounds. So he's got the cardio. He's in shape. We go look at what he's done recently. Look, man, he's on a win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 2 of those last 3 in the UFC were by finish. Do you think he can finish Jack?
No, I don't think so. I think he can win a smart decision. I don't think he can finish Jack.
You think he got enough time to come up with a game plan?
Well, he may have to finish Jack, though. Jack's still dangerous. Jack is still a dangerous guy, but Jack's still ranked number 8. So Chris, he might have to go out there and get the job done and finish him.
And I can see this fight ending the way the Jared Cannonier fight ended, except for with body punches and knees and wearing Jack down. Because sometimes Jack can get a little tired and his technique goes out the window and the striking ain't the best in the first place. And if you can't get those takedowns, he's kind of stuck standing up with you. And it's just not much for him to offer on the feet other than the leg kicks. There's a slow 1-2. It's stiff. It ain't really got no power on it. Chris would really have to drop the ball to lose this fight, even on short notice. I'm expecting Chris to win this fight against a ranked opponent and break into the top 10. People are starting to tune in to Chris Curtis, the action man. So I'm expecting him to win this fight in front of a big crowd and be on the main card of a bigger fight card later on in the year. That's what I'm envisioning. What you think gonna happen?
I agree. But one thing, I'm not too impressed with Jack Hermanson's striking. When he fought Marvin Vettori, he made Marvin Vettori look like Mike Tyson. Marvin Vettori is not known for his hands. He's a wrestler. But he was piecing Jack up.
I don't even know if you can call Marvin a wrestler. He's just a grappler. Like, he'll just hold you up against the cage if he can't just really wrestle you. And he made Marvin Vettori look like Roy Jones Jr. That says a lot.
Chris Curtis, he answered a bunch of questions when he fought Rodolfo, when he stuffed the takedowns. That was pretty much the only questions people had about him. How would he do against bigger, stronger grapplers? And he answered those questions.
Yeah, I think the Rodolfo fight was a good test to see if he could take on a fighter like this. A lot of the other guys in the top 10 are more stand-up based, and it'll actually give Chris a better chance of winning those fights. But if you think that his weakness will be a grappler, well, he ain't been submitted but one time. So now the decision losses, I got to go back and do the research and see if there was lay and pray or what that was, but I know he ain't getting taken down and submitted. So, and that's Jack's only way of winning. I'm calling it. Look, Jack ain't bad. Again, he's alternating wins and losses against the top of the division. But I think we've seen all that we were going to see from Jack when he went on that little win streak, and then he kind of hit a ceiling. Again, very tough, very durable, a lot of respect for him. But Chris is finally hitting that stride where everything is coming together for him and he can make a run. And he's the guy with the momentum right now. I'm picking the action man.
I think it'd benefit Jack Hermanson a little bit more if this was a 5-round fight.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's been in 5-round fights before.
but it ain't. So it's
Yeah, it's
you
not.
know,
So, I mean, yeah.
So who you picking?
Oh, I'm going with Chris by decision.
I'm gonna take Chris by decision. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some type of stoppage with the body punches and or knees. And Chris Curtis, if you're watching, we picking you this time. I picked you last time, but